Well, hello, everyone. Mac here on behalf of Julie, Judy, Cheryl, Tim, Wendy, Dolphin, and Lisa. We are so happy to be here with you today to talk to you about our late summer transition period. As we always do, we are going to be talking a little bit about Sunrider Foods during this conversation. So we want to remind everybody that none of the information provided in this presentation is intended to represent a diagnosis or cure of any illness or disease. Let me go ahead and get us into active speaker mode here as we carry on. Before we get going, I just want to talk very briefly about Sunrider and a quick history for those that may not be familiar with Sunrider or experiencing this for the first time. First of all, Sunrider's been around for over 40 years. That's an extremely stable company. So many businesses in our industry come and go overnight. That's not the case with Sunrider. Sunrider's been around for 40 years, and with the investment that they've made into the future, they're going to be around for another 40 years, another 40 years after that. Sunrider operates in over 50 countries around the world, allowing us all a global business opportunity if we choose to do that. In fact, one of the things that I've loved, and you guys have heard me talk about this many times, is the fact that I do get to travel around and see other countries, interact with other cultures and people around the world. Such a wonderful opportunity. Also, something very unique in this industry, again, Sunrider handles 100% internally of all the research, development, and manufacturing. Folks, that again is very unusual. Most companies will hand a third party a recipe and say, make my product for me. They have no control over the research, the development, or the manufacturing. That's not the case with Sunrider. And again, it's so important, it deserves repeating. Sunrider internally handles 100% of all the research, development, and manufacturing of over 400 of what I believe are the finest health and beauty products in the world. Everything from whole food nutritional foods to cleansing beverages, to weight management, to sports and fitness, to green household, and all natural skincare. With that, if I can turn to Dolphin to maybe talk to us a little bit about how Sunrider produces these foods and what we call our philosophy of regeneration. Dolphin, can you please come on and share with us?
Yeah, sure. Thanks. What makes Sunrider very unique is that all 400 of our products are based on the philosophy of regeneration, which is an element of Chinese medicine, following the 5-element theory, which I know we're going to talk more about quickly. But the philosophy of regeneration, simply put, is when you give the body the right nourishment to nourish the body, which is yin, and cleanse the body, which is yang, we're going to have balance in the body. And the body knows how to find its own internal balance when we give it the right ingredients and the right tools. Dr. Chen also, as we said, he does all his own manufacturing, all his own formulation, and that includes using a variety of herbs, whole food herbs, up to or over 10,000 different varieties of plants, so that he can ensure that that regeneration is taking place at a cellular level. And then he concentrates everything, a minimum of, I think, anywhere from 10 to 14 pounds. Sometimes some of the products are even 40 pounds to one. So the concentration then also allows the body that really in-depth nutrition that it needs to find that regeneration. So we have variety of plants, we have concentration, we have philosophy of regeneration, and all of that together makes our whole food products very unique. No chemicals, no isolates, just good whole food, concentrated, really in-depth formulated foods, which are just amazing.
Excellent. Thank you, Dolphin. You know, if we can, Julie, if we can turn to you a little bit, guide us through the 5 elements of traditional Chinese medicine, and in particular, what we're talking about today, which is the earth.
Thank you, Matt. Well, today we are focusing on the earth element, which is often referred to as Indian summer or late summer. Feels good to us here, but we still have air conditioning on, and that's the season we're in now. In Western medicine, we've been taught that there are 10 major body systems, but Chinese medicine says there are 5 major systems, and they call these systems elements. And as you can see from this chart, these elements not only have body organs connected to it, but also seasons, emotions, colors, actions, and electric energy systems, and those are called meridians. And all these systems are connected. And when energy is flowing properly, the body runs smoothly and we feel well. That's that sense of well-being. And one of the reasons I love Sunrider is that Dr. Chen has given us modern day versions of these ancient formulas that feed these 5 major systems called elements. That way we can have the nutrition and the energy necessary for living life, feeling good with this sense of well-being. And this chart shows us that the organs and meridians relating to the earth element or Indian summer are the spleen, pancreas, and stomach. And the sense organ is our mouth, tissues are our muscles, the color is yellow, and the sound is singing. How fun is that? And the spleen pancreas function supports digestion and assimilation. The spleen officially is said to be responsible for transforming our food into energy and blood, and it extracts the essence from our food, and then it eliminates the waste. In Western terms, we see that blood sugar metabolism is also mediated by the spleen pancreas functions. And the stomach's primary function is to rot and ripen food. And I know that sounds a little gross, but it's true. The mouth breaks down the food with saliva, and then this breakdown continues into the stomach with our digestive enzymes. And once the food is broken down, the stomach transforms the food where it is sent to its counterpart, the spleen, where it can distribute the essence to all parts of the body and mind. And in Chinese medicine, the spleen is the main digestive organ. If digestion is good and adequate, and it transports nutrients to the muscles will respond well to exercise by bulking up and having definition and tone. However, it's also believed that if the spleen and digestion are out of balance, the muscles will lose tone, appear thin, wasted. And so to develop muscle tone, it will be a very hard struggle, no matter how hard a person works out. So here's some symptoms associated with an imbalance in the digestive system or the earth element. It would be excess mucus in the nose, throat, and mouth, heavy feelings in the body with achy arms, legs, head, craving sweets, thyroid problems, bloating, indigestion, having bowel irregularities, like you might have diarrhea or maybe constipation or both sometimes. Metabolic problems, including hypoglycemia, diabetes, lethargy, lack of energy. And when our emotions are out of balance, instead of having sympathy and empathy, we may experience overthinking everything and become chronic worriers. And guess what? That affects our stomach and digestion. So what do we do if we have an imbalance with our earth element? Well, we eat the foods and herbal products that are connected to this element so we can get our energy back and bring our bodies into balance. And for that, we use this wonderful formula called Assimilate, and it's the product for the earth element. And we can use it any time of the year, but now is especially important to use. Another product is called Sunrise, and I love this one. The Sunrider website says Sunrise is pure liquid energy in a vial. It's great when you need a pick-me-up, and it keeps your mind sharp and focused. We like to use it before a workout. It helps us. And why is that? Because when you look at all the ingredients in Sunrise, these ingredients are designed to release the energy in the kidneys, liver, and spleen to promote energy to the muscles. So if you haven't tried it, I encourage you to do so, and especially with Liquid 5. It is so powerful. And we're going to hear more about these 2 products later on. Now, if you look at the next slide, we have a few important things about the elements. The second slide that I have here, and it's talks that even though this time of the year, late summer, Indian summer, is a short season, it's really a very important time for our bodies to relax and prepare and mentally and get ready for next year's work. But it really is a time right now to slow down and just gather in, just be. It's a time to stop and observe what we've created in our lives. What was our symbolic harvest? And now it's the time also to just stop the wheels of our doings and just connect with the earth, which is commonly known as grounding or being grounded, and like walking barefoot movement. We're going to hear more about that too from Tim in just a few minutes. In order to live more fully, we need to consume the earth, its vegetables, its water, for what we consume becomes who we are. And that's why it's so important to assist our digestion and heal any imbalances that we have right now. Because if our digestion is good and our nutritional needs are met, we will have a surplus of energy that will allow us to support other people. Think about that. To have enough energy just to help other people, or just to help ourselves, our family. What an exciting concept that is. A lot of people today just simply do not have energy. And I know most of us are always looking for value in what we want to spend our health dollars on in a very wise way. And I encourage you to experience Assimilate and Sunrise, which are both associated with the earth element. You can take them anytime. And now what we're going to do, we're going to hand this program over to Tim, who's going to talk more about that grounding and movement. Thank you.
Awesome, Julie. That was just excellent. Could have been taking notes the whole time. Movement and grounding. It's the earth element. It's this time of season, and also something to be reflected upon between every change of seasons. The earth element is touched upon. I think Julie recognizes this too. We're always touching the earth element between every change of seasons, the digestive and our metabolic ability. Our ability to metabolize is affected. And one of my little favorite quotes here from Jim Quick takes us right from body and mind, or a body mind, is when the body moves, the brain grooves. Mm-hmm. And one of the things we like to do with movement, and especially in martial arts, I practice Tai Chi regularly. And one of the things it does is it grounds you with the field. And the field is the field of all probabilities, the field of all creation. We can get into all different aspects of philosophy and science, but basically the whole idea is just to feel connected to the universe, to the earth in this case, and where we get our source of nourishment from. So as the body moves and the brain grooves, so does your body, so does the rest of your body. Our body always remembers every movement that we put through it. One thing movement does is it always improves metabolic health, with late summer in mind, of course, and taking ourselves through a range of motion. The body remembers, just like our brain remembers, what we ask of it. And it's so cool, because if you just gently touch that every day, you can continually open and as open any body part, in this case tendons, ligaments. What's interesting, a little quote is, if you lean into the muscle of the body, like a stretching position of any kind, like yoga or Tai Chi or Qigong, you can begin to open that within 30 seconds. You can actually start to open that muscle and stretch it open, and there'll actually be a little bit of movement, and to expand that range of motion. In this case, one of the most important things is keeping our shoulder girdle free and our pelvic girdle free. And we can do that through a whole series of yoga. I don't want to get into all the different positions and everything, but also walking. And the other thing that it's doing is also, when we're moving, it encourages the brain to create the proper neurochemicals that turn on and turn off systems in our body, so that flow continues to be a free-flowing river. And the whole idea is to neutralize or even prevent the dams from even being created in our bodies. And a dam is just a place of resistance, and that could be a sore or aching muscle, or even it starts with a thought. Always we could have a thought of resistance that'll end up creating resistance in the body. So basically, our job is to reverse and prevent that metabolic, and prevent our those dams, and create an open river of life that flows through our body. And our metabolism, our ability to assimilate and eliminate effectively. And plus some of my favorite foods to do that, especially when we're out of AD right now, which is, or any other specific foods, is blueberries. Blueberries are one of my favorite foods to have this time of year. Just, it really improves, and very, very happy for digestive and metabolic flow, absolutely. But some of my favorite Sunrider foods for this time of year are evergreen, because I like to, this is all about continually being able to oxygenate the blood. And I've gone through a whole summer of working out, and I'm, like Julie said, just it's time to just slow down a little bit, take inventory, but it doesn't mean you stop moving. It means if anything, you're going to go out and enjoy your walk a little more, enjoy the transition of seasons, and what that does to your emotional health too. When we're moving, we create happiness within ourselves, or joy, and it helps us to reflect and look at the bigger picture, and to remember that we're part of it. We're part of that big picture, and we're not ever separate from it. And but again, evergreen to help me reoxygenate my blood. Of course, joy, because I like to still stay active personally through all seasons, but I like to be aware of each season and which areas may be getting stressed. And sport caps for recovery, especially when I'm into an active phase of continually working out. I like to keep in shape and try to stay trim, and that just helps, again, be aware of the possibility and the probability of improving any aspect of your life. And when we're staying grounded with the earth element, we're staying in touch with the field. And when we're in touch with the field, that is the field of all possibilities. And when we're in touch with the field, we improve the probability of creating the dreams we want to come true and to manifest the way we would like. And with a few more products in mind, I've got Wendy Huff on the line, and she is going to take us through a couple of bonus aspects of what benefits we can receive by having a little bit of information about these foods. It's all yours, Wendy. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Tim. So kick off the shoes, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So New Plus is a very nourishing concentrated herbal powder, easily digested, that feeds at the cellular level. I find it very soothing to my stomach. It fuels our bodies with internal vitality. So the very same food can help someone burn fat to lose weight, or someone malnourished to gain. And it helps prepare us for the transition to the next season. You know, something interesting I've observed working with many people over the years started with a lady named Janet. She was drinking Cali and not noticing much cleansing. So I suggested she try adding New Plus. When she did, she started noticing signs of cleansing, better elimination, less toxic. And so she was confused, and she said, I thought Cali was for cleansing. And what we learned was by adding the New Plus to the Cali tea, her body gained the needed vitality to cleanse more efficiently, deriving more benefit from the Cali as well. Also, Sunny Dew is a health food, a stevia herbal extract with the good fortune of tasting sweet. Ours is grown in the rich soil of Paraguay. It's food for the adrenal glands and helps balance the pancreas and blood sugar. I find it helps energy without the drop afterward that you get from sugar or jitters from caffeine. A couple drops in New Plus, even with just a little water, and I can go another hour or two when I'm hungry. It's very simple and effective. Assimilate. It's a whole food herbal combination that nourishes and balances the entire digestive system from the mouth to the eliminating organs. It's part of the quinary formula, qui standing for 5. Now, if you have digestive problems, I suggest opening the capsules. It seems to help things like acid reflux to irritable bowel syndrome or issues. It really helps the stomach, but you know, by helping the stomach, you really aid and benefit of the other digestive organs like the spleen and pancreas as well. But here's my thought. Sometimes you may have a symptom in one area, but it's hard to know the original cause of the problem. Which system is really out of balance? For example, digestive problems could indeed come from the stomach or intestines, and Assimilate is great. On the other hand, it could be you're stressed out and your adrenal glands aren't producing enough hydrochloric acid needed for digestion. So in that case, Prime Again, also part of the quinary, could help to feed the glands. Or perhaps your water element, your circulation is sluggish, or your lymphatic drainage system, or the bowel is too dry. So Lifestream or Conco, all part of the quinary, would help. Or is it truly an immune system issue? And the bitter herbs and alpha-20C, also included in the quinary, would help. So why not just take quinary and address everything? 50 herb combination, system specific to the 5 major systems of the body. Is like asking your organs for a shopping list of the concentrated foods they'd like best to work most efficiently. And here it is. Then once you're covering all, you can always add more of the specific formula as needed. I personally take extra alpha-20C and Lifestream every day for my immune and circulatory weaknesses, and together they've improved my ability to recover and my eyesight. So now Judy will cover more products and table foods for this season.
Thank you, Wendy. Wow, that's a tough act to follow. I don't think anyone would doubt or argue with the fact of the last 2.5 years making us very familiar with what stress can do for the body or to the body. And it also made us very familiar with 2 F words, fight or flight. But however, a new F word has developed on the scene, and that is frozen. And that's what this earth element is going to help us with. If we address this now, it's really the beginning of the whole cycle. We're going to start it spinning, so to speak. And that's why I'm very excited about the 2 products I get to talk to you about. The first one is Sunrise, and Julie did an excellent job for opening that up, talking about the meridians. A very wise person told me once, as I was attending a health lecture, that Sunrise opens 11 of the 13 meridians. Now, the meridian we're really anxious to open is the one straight down the center, the stomach, the digestion. And guess what? That better be open, or we aren't going to get value from all the other foods and the things we ingest. Sunrise, just like Julie said, is definitely energy in a vial, very strong in antioxidants. I think an oxidant is something that rusts. So to me, rusting equates with aging. So anti-aging, and you young people out there, don't think it's too early to start this. This is something I wouldn't be without if I had any choice at all. It's something I keep on hand, and I rather than take it some days because, you know, things are a little limited, I keep it back just for the needed time because it is so powerful. One of the ingredients, Panax ginseng, that is an adaptogen. What do we need more right now than adapting from this hot weather into cooling down and moving into autumn, full blast, and then of course winter. You realize it takes 2 different seasons just to make the transition from summer to winter? That's how important it is that we address that. So Sunrise is fabulous. Don't leave home without it, so to speak, but have it at home for sure. My other product is Sunny Fresh, and it is fabulous because it has the herbal ingredient loquat. Loquat is famous for healing the skin, particularly of the throat, and so is honey. However, did you know that the entire lining, starting mouth, clear down, top to bottom, we don't need to get specific here, all that skin is made of that same lining. So not only is this fabulous for a sore throat or a congested throat, a dry cough, whatever, it is helping the entire lining all the way down. And so we have got to have, again, our digestion in full working order. And so this is going to start basically at the top where we can notice it, but aren't we grateful that it's going to go down? And it actually, on the fact page on the Sunrider website, says that it does help promote good digestion. So we're right on with recommending this product for everyone now. Now, I know I can hear you, even though we're not live right now, I can hear you saying, sure, I love some of that. I ordered it. Where is it? Get on the boat, baby. We're all excited and waiting for our products. One positive thing, boy, I didn't know how much these products did after taking them for so many years and then now being without them. Let me tell you, I appreciate every morsel. So what are we doing in the meantime? Number one, we're being sure that our necessities have been back ordered. Number two, we are trying to address things we have control of. It's not what we don't have, it's what do we have. And one of these is table foods. Thank you, Mac, for putting that up. So let's be more conscientious on the foods for the fall. Tim gave us a great recommendation on blueberries. So it's the later things of the season. Still apples. The best apples to me right now are the Granny Smith. Still have their firmness, still have that crack and a little tartness. That's what I like. But I learned something. You know how you've always probably heard an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Well, now they're saying takes two. So that's just a word to the wise. And how about concluding some pears? Pears are such a subtle delicacy. Let's explore a little bit here. Now, of course, greens are still in order. They're always in order. However, we're looking more at the tops of those root vegetables that we're eating. Think about it. Wasn't that a great picture? And didn't Tim help us appreciate? We need to do our groundwork, develop our stability, our roots into the ground. And what helps us do that? Root vegetables. And that's the ones with deep roots, such as carrots, beets, turnips, parsnips. Some people aren't familiar with some of these. My goodness, once you put parsnips in your roasted vegetable array, you won't have carrots without them. I mean, it adds a subtlety and a richness. I love beets. Have you ever seen a color like that? My word, whether they're steamed or raw, my daughter says it tastes like dirt. And I said, exactly. We are getting grounded. So I love beets, any shape or form. And talk about being dollar savvy, making our health dollar count, our vegetable dollar, our grocery store dollar count. I learned something. Broccoli. Okay. We all love the florets, right? I even saw a lady not wanting to pay the extra money and snapping off the thing and just putting the florets in her bag. And I thought, can we do that? But I've since learned we all know we can't eat 7 pounds of broccoli to help our immune system. So bring on the alpha 20C, as Wendy mentioned. However, in the meantime, did you know that those stems have twice as much sulforaphane, that's why we're eating garlic, by the way, as do the beautiful florets. So if you don't think that the stem chopped up looks nice in your dish that you're serving, put it to the side and throw it in that smoothie. Let me tell you, you can put anything in that smoothie and it gets blended in. So let's be aware of where value is and not waste any of it. And that brings us to the point of, please join the group page we're having, because let's talk about the products that are good for this season, but also why we're anxious to get them back, what they've done for us in the past, and then maybe throw in there how we're compensating as we hang out on the front porch waiting for the UPS man. So let's be proactive. Another emotion with this season is intention. Get your intention set and make it an intention for health and for utilizing what's available and sharing with others so they can know it too. I love learning from everyone. So let's we're all in this together. So I think together we're gonna make it through it. So thank you. And one thing that we've learned is that what we eat affects our moods, and even bigger than that, our mental health. let's listen to Cheryl because she has some excellent tips for us.
Thank you so much, Judy. I love your presentations. I learned so much, but you're so fun.
That's my intention.
Great job. Great job. The emotion for late summer, well, there's two. One is empathy and one is sympathy. And empathy is understanding what others are feeling because you've experienced it yourself, or you can put yourself in their shoes. And sympathy is acknowledging another person's emotions and hardships and providing comfort and assurance. And I love this quote, Mac, that you put up for us. Could a greater miracle take place than for us to look through each other's eyes for an instant? How appropriate is that? Sunrider has some fabulous foods for our emotional wellness, our mental wellness. Actually, these are foods that nourish the entire nervous system. And today, with all the stresses, with people stressed because they've lost their jobs, or money is an issue, or, their health has gone down, or, just not being able to communicate with family over the last couple of years and friends. There's a lot of mental health issues, and they're even saying that in North America, it's one of the biggest health challenges right now. And I am so grateful that Dr. Chen addressed this so many years ago. And I've had the great fortune, as many of us have, to use these fabulous products that Sunrider created for us. And they're food products, so you don't have to worry about any kind of addiction or... But in a way, people say to me sometimes, I think you're addicted to Sunrider. And that's true, I am, but it's not that kind of addiction that you hear about in the news. Anyway, so we have 4 fabulous products that address the nervous system, and we call 3 of them the Jet Set. And the first product is our joy. And just like the word says, it brings us joy. It brings our life balance because this unique formula elevates our mood to ease. It eases the tension and fatigue while enhancing our energy and our well-being. You'll feel better, perform at your best. It has Siberian ginseng, which promotes mental clarity and sustained energy. And it has the support for our circulatory system with the Dong Quai. And the white willow bark alleviates pain. And when you've alleviated pain out of your body, you'll definitely feel joyful. And then our ease, and just like the word says, ease eases your life. It focuses on helping you to concentrate and think clearer. This is one of the products that my whole family absolutely embraces because I have a lot of nieces and nephews that go to school and they find it helps with their studying. It helps with the pressures that they have in school. So whether you work and you're under pressure or you are going to school or just pressures around your home or family life, ease is awesome. It soothes anxiety and stress, sleeplessness. I love to have a couple of these before I retire at night because I sleep way better. I feel calmer, I rejuvenate, and I'm ready for the next day to feel my best. And I also love it during the day because it keeps me calm. Valerian root alleviates the tension, the muscle spasm, congestion, while antioxidant-rich Guting Sophora japonica, and if you can say that 3 times backwards, you're good, supports your immunity. And like I said earlier, it's non-addictive, so you can eat as much as you want and you won't feel drowsy. So you can drive your car. And then top, and just like it says, top is for brain. It feeds your brain. So if you want to perform at the top of your game in a natural way, it's a rich, concentrated formula. It promotes clarity, focus, and mental memory, enabling you to enjoy a state of calm, healthy alertness. And it's prized herbs like angelica root, Japanese honeysuckle flower, and valerian root keep you at your best every day, whether at home, school, work, or play. And Dr. Rubin, who we see in the picture, he said top is for long-term nourishing of the brain. And so he said, we want something also that we can take that gives us that immediate focus and concentration. And so recently they developed our Top Focus. It's not available in Canada yet, but I get it through the US. And this has become one of my favorite products. Why? Well, just like today, I have a couple of Top Focus before I get on a call, and I feel like clear as a bell, able to just remember things and feel confident in speaking. So Top Focus is brain health. And this is for immediate brain health, where top is long-term. Because some people say to me, well, if we get Top Focus, then I don't need top. And I say, you know what? Each of these products works beautifully on its own. But when you start using these products together, it takes you to a whole other level. So for me, Top Joy and Ease and Top Focus, I wouldn't be without. My whole family, like I said, absolutely loves them. We love the benefits, and you will too. And I know that, you know, we're, like Judy said, standing on our porch waiting for the UPS. But I heard he's coming real soon. So anyway, thank you for allowing me to share some of my favorites. And I'd like to turn the program back to Mac.
Thanks, Cheryl. You know, I love that. And I don't want to go too much into it because mental health is something that we've talked about in the past, but I think it does deserve repeating. As we shared before, just a couple of statistics that 50% of all people living in North America will be diagnosed with a mental health condition at some point in their lifetime. And that in the year 2020, there was a 93% increase in the number of people seeking help for anxiety or depression. This really is a huge issue. And thank you, Cheryl, for covering it. Hey, great presentation, everybody. As we kind of close this meeting down, a couple of things I'd just like to share, and that is, again, how this little transition program is going to work for us over the next little bit here. And that is, we do have a separate page. Judy, thank you to Stephanie, to you and her for getting our new Facebook page set up. And Judy, is there a specific address? I know that we're going to be inviting people like we normally do, but is there an address people can look for? What's the name of the page called, if you don't mind jumping back on?
Well, not to embarrass myself, but I didn't quite get the title exactly as I wanted, but I didn't know how to change it once I had it. So here's what I have. I'm open to help and to ideas, but I have 5-element cycle to wellness.
Oh, I like it.
I do too. It's great.
That's great. What we're going to do, folks, instead, for those of you that have followed us through the last year in terms of these various seasonal programs we've been offering, we've set up a new page each time we've done this in a particular season. I think we've finally gotten a little bit smarter. And what we're going to do is we've established this new page now, the 5-element cycle of wellness. And we're going to continue to use this same page to post as we go from now late summer into autumn, from autumn into winter, from winter back into spring, and from spring into summer as we carry on into the year 2023. So Judy, again, thank you for establishing this. We'll be sending invitations to everyone that's been part of our previous groups. But if anybody watching this as a recording does not get an invitation, you want to be part of the group, which we hope you will, please get with your upline, get with one of us, and we'll make sure you get an invitation to join us. We're going to do what we always love doing. We're going to be posting about the season. We're going to be posting about what we're eating. We're going to be posting about our exercise. And Judy, you referenced it a few minutes ago, and that is one of the things I'm hoping, like you, that we see is that people are going to post a little bit about, okay, what are some of the Sunrider products we've talked about? What are we doing now if we can't get them as fast as we want them? what other things are we looking at in terms of table foods or other alternatives to kind of help us get through? And how excited are we about getting some of these products back in our hands now that Sunrider's shipping again and that Dallas is in production and things are happening. So again, we hope you'll all join us to take part in this thing because we're sure looking forward to it. And part of the fun for me is just seeing what everybody posts every day and being able to comment and react to that and hopefully offering a little bit of information myself. Again, folks, if you haven't done so already, please get with your person that sent you this recording, get with us on the group, get posting. And to the panel, I can't thank you guys enough. I mean, what a wonderful presentation, so much information shared. Does anybody from our panel group have any last comments before we shut the call down today?
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you
Gratitude,
so much,
appreciation,
Matt.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
thanks,
yeah.
everybody. Great presentation.
Great. I think it's so nice to be a part of a group that shares so much to help one another. And I hope that this just continues through the season and on through the year. And so I'm grateful for everyone and what I learned from others. So I hope other people can take part of this too and get the benefit like I do.
Well said, Judy. Yes.
Beautiful, Julie.
Yeah,
Great.
yeah, great. Thank you, everybody. All right, appreciate everyone. Thank you so much to all of the panel members. Thank you to everybody for watching this. And thank you, Sunrider, for being so supportive of us and what we're trying to do. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.